Hello everyone and welcome to another high-elo game of Age of Empires. Today, one of the game's strongest cavalry civilizations might have to get a little bit creative as it takes on one of the game's strongest anti-cavalry civilizations, with Hera playing as the Lithuanians in blue, getting ready to take on ACCM playing as the Saracens in red. Now all the players herd their herdables explore their immediate surrounding duck goose and try to get their butts up to Feudal Age ASAP. Not a bad time for us to take a look at the civ matchup that we are going to be watching today. The Lithuanians, a civilization that focuses on its heavy cavalry. Their knights, their cavaliers, their paladins all get a free attack boost for every single relic that's collected, all the way up to a maximum of 4 relics for a free +4 attack boost, which, by the way, applies to their unique unit as well, the latest. This is a heavy cavalry unit whose attack actually ignores enemy armor, making it one of the most dangerous cavalry units in the game. Now, to gather these relics, get the attack boost ASAP. As he pushes his deer, well, Lithuanian monasteries work 20% faster, so techs and monks can get pumped out faster than normal. Now, to support their cavalry on the field of battle, Lithuanian spearman line units and their skirmishers not only move 10% faster, but can also be upgraded to get extra pierce armor. And to help build a robust economy to support their military endeavors, each Lithuanian town center does provide 100 extra free food for free. Eagle-eyed viewers will have seen that the Lithuanians started this game with 300 food in the bank, as opposed to the usual 200, and the Lithuanian settlement itself can be harder to raid in the Castle Age, since they're the only civilizations in the game that can upgrade their TCs to get extra range, which makes them pretty much safe from mangonels. Now, who might want to rock down and ball down that town center? Let's take a look at ACCM playing as the Saracens in red, a civilization that we have seen a lot of recently, and a civilization whose strong market can be used to gain an early to mid-game advantage over their opponents. To start with, the actual structure, the market itself does only cost 75 wood, and their commodity trading fee is fixed right at 5% from the very beginning of the game, which is a lot lower than the 30% that other civilizations have to pay early on. Now, using this economic advantage, the Saracens can field quite a hard-hitting, tanky army. Their foot archers come with an attack bonus against buildings, which makes their feudal and early castle aggression very, very scary. Their camel units come with 25% more HP. Their trebs, their mangonels, their onagers can all be upgraded to increase their attack. And their unique unit is a ranged melee camel unit called the Mameluke that comes with a pretty darn decent attack bonus against cavalry. Now, if it sometimes happens in this game, units are injured in battle, well, Saracen monks can be upgraded to automatically and passively heal multiple units nearby simultaneously. What can't be healed, unfortunately for it, is this poor wild boar that gets killed, pumped full of arrows, and now is getting harvested for meat. So those are the two civs. Very excited and very curious to see how this heavy cavalry civilization plays against one of the best, if not the best, anti-cavalry. I mean, there's so many good anti-cavalry units in this game. I'm not even thinking unique units like the Kamayuk and the Genoese crossbowmen, but just camels. The Saracens seem almost to be purpose-built to destroy and run over cavalry civilizations, and yet at the same time, you've got the best player in the world at the moment who is handling the counter-civilization, who does have faster-moving pikeman line units and faster-moving skirmishers. Can come with extra armor. By the way, Lithuanian skirmisher, fully upgraded with tower shields. Get this, 10 freaking pierce armor. That is that is Huskar level. That is Incan Eagle level pierce armor. In any event, let's take a look at the map. Let's see where the relics are in proximity to Hera's base, and let's see the attack path, which has a nice little lake right in the center with a few lazy box turtles. They've had their morning coffee, and now they're just kind of, this is a metaphor for life, just aimlessly circling until somebody better, stronger, and equipped with a net comes and says, now's your time to die. And then they basically die. So let that be a lesson for you. Don't be a box turtle. Be a scout. I don't know what that means. I'm just bullshitting. In any event, ACCM is about to discover where his opponent is, as Hera is right about to discover where his opponent is. And as we saw, the attack path pretty open, the usual one relic in the center. Let's take a look at our Lithuanian, who gets found out. Primary gold off to the north, not really on the attack path, pretty close to the TC, not bad. Primary stone in a nice C shape right here in the forward position. This base is pretty open. Look at how far I have to zoom out just to see the forests. Mamma mia. Well, that is not good at all. Extra gold to the back, extra gold to the front. Feudal Age is hit, and extra stone to the rear. In terms of relics, he's got one just north of his base. There's that one that's always now in the center of the map. Another one fairly close by. Then there's one closer to ACCM's base, and a fifth relic kind of closer to ACCM's base, but not too far away from Hera's base at all. So not bad locations for a few of the relics. The other, let's say 2 or 3, not fantastically placed. ACCM, primary gold and secondary gold and primary stone in the rear position. Extra gold in the forward, but not exactly on the attack path. An extra stone here down to the right. So his 2 forward resources, not exactly on the attack path, except maybe this tertiary gold, which ACCM is going to run back to do what? Defend against the scout? Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he saw these very forward spearmen who automatically move at a 1.1 tile per second speed. 10% sounds like a little, but is actually not a terrible speed advantage, especially in the early stages when scouts aren't exactly the fastest that they can be. Who Town Center shoos away these spearmen. Looks like ACCM is starting to wall off the rear portion of his base. His forests, by the way, I also have to zoom in quite a lot. Zoom out, rather, sorry. Quite a lot to be able to see them. This is what an ugly open map this is. And so that just makes the gameplay even more exciting. Like I said, I'm very curious and excited to see how Hera plays a cavalry civilization against the quintessential anti-cavalry civilization. But I'm also more importantly excited to see how both players play this really, really open map. So far, Hera, this looks like one, but is really 2 scouts here leading ACCM on a merry little loop-de-loop to the rear of the base as he tinkles away at this 1 mil. Damn you, revolving, crunching, grain destroying, whatever that device is called. I do not want you operating at full capacity. Okay, so Hera's chasing to the left. Hera's being chased to the right. Still no kills. Ooh, ACCM. ACCM with the Viper-like reflexes creates a wall off, forces Hera's scout to take a little bit of a detour. And with that little tiny detour, that fraction of a second, the garrison villagers. Oh, pardon me. Not the garrison villagers. So who got the kill? Not the spearmen. Ooh, one of these scouts poked that scout in the butt and got the kill. Hera returning home, chased by his opponent. Looks like Hera is interested in going up to Castle Age. He's got half the hamburgers he need, whereas ACCM nowhere close. But again, with that Saracen market being, let's say, cheaper, only charging 5% VIG compared to the usual 30% VIG, it is not too hard for a Saracen to catch up when it comes to going up to Castle Age. Let's see what ACCM can accomplish here. He didn't really see too much the first time he was here. Now chasing Hera, he saw a lot more. Saw the stable, not that he really needed confirmation of a stable with so many scouts out for our Lithuanian. Now the loop-de-loop continues, as it looks like Hera is shoving in here. Ooh, skirting the very edge. Scout has very little HP. No. Why did you stop? Why did you stop, silly scout? I guess Hera is paying attention here, trying to position his units to cut off. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe Hera just right-clicked and forgot. Set it and forget it. And then loses his second unit of the game. Another scout unit. So he's just left with one who is traumatized so badly that he's just hanging out here in the center of the map. Not really doing much. Will ACCM discover the blacksmith as he runs through a gauntlet of spearmen? He does. And so now he knows Hera's got the 2 structures. More importantly, he saw about a bajillion villagers building that structure. So he knows Hera's in a rush, which means Hera has the resources to go up to the next stage. Little does he know Hera does in fact not have the resources to go up to the next stage. But now he does by the time I finish that sentence, and he clicks up. Our Saracen not too far behind. Will he buy the last 100 food? Will he just force drop his chicken nuggets? What's the HP on these spearmen? Okay, so you can't really run away from a Lithuanian spearman, my man. What you can do is bring 3 of your own scouts. And so we're seeing the Lithuanian. It changes the dynamic just a little bit. And pro players, when the dynamic gets changed, I've said this before. For example, my classic example is when you see pro players, for example, playing as the Italians. They don't need 500 food to go up. And yet a lot of times pro players will get 500 food before going up to Feudal Age, even though they don't need it as the Italians with their 15% cheaper up cost. And Hera's in the back of the base. Okay, he's going to see not a whole lot that he hasn't already seen before. So, good that he's there. We'll see how much he can actually glean. Whereas ACCM, on the other hand, is about to discover if he's... Ooh, if he wants to a double archery range, and this is where walling off comes in real handy. Hera could have kept that a secret. And so our Lithuanian says, okay, I'm just going to go archer units. Will he lose a scout? Ooh, why did I feel like he should have lost that scout? That guy got whacked once and should have died. Instead, it's ACCM with a aggressive spearman who suffers his first loss of the game as Hera draws his first kill, and it's Castle Age about 30 seconds ahead of his opponent. Priority is lumber upgrades and cavalry archers. Okay. Lithuanian cavalry archers are not actually too bad. I think the only upgrade Lithuanians are missing when it comes to their ranged line is thumb ring. Oh my god, I almost swore. Parthian tactics, not thumb ring. No Parthian tactics. Now, they don't have arbalesters, but he's not exactly going foot archers, is he? Whereas the Saracens? The Saracens have a pristine archer line. So they have basically everything. All these upgrades, all these upgrades, all the blacksmith upgrades, all the university upgrades. Okay, Hera evens up the kill count with a silly scout who thought a 2v1 would save him. Yeah, where do you guys think you're going? Looked like for a second they were very interested in killing the scout, but now they are, in fact, have been reallocated to lumberjacking duty. Okay, ACCM kills the incursion. No more vision for our Lithuanian, who has set up shop right in front of the base with two aggressive cav archers, as he himself presses in with a second town center. Interesting location, kind of in the middle of nowhere, kind of next to the wood. I mean, if you're going wood, this is probably the best location you can choose, right? And our Saracen is going counter cav archer. All right, well, with their attack bonus against spearmen, he guns that one spearman down real quick. And the first villager, second villager. ACCM does have Bodkin, so does Hera. Kills another villager, does our Saracen, but loses the unit that killed it. I don't think he minds very much losing a scout. And look at that kill count. All of a sudden, ACCM doubled the total kills, including 3 villagers to 1. That being said, on the other side of the map, it looks like Hera is managing to kill villagers. Now 2 of them, possibly 3. Oh my goodness, is he gonna overtake the Vil kill count? No. He turns around, fires on the cav archers. No, he doesn't fire on the cav archers. Pardon me, he fires on this one Vil, who is 10 HP away from dying. And all of a sudden, just like that, Hera evens up the kill count for villagers, although is still down total kill count. Okay, well, there's your gold. There's your wood. Now, this map, thinking of golden wood, obviously, anytime somebody says golden wood, it's like a Rorschach test. My mind just immediately goes to Red Phosphoru. He usually likes to place his castle close to golden stone. Pardon me, golden wood. If he's going, you know, his usual Ratha build or Korean War Wagon build. Where on this map would Red Phosphoru place his castle? There's not exactly a spot aside from here. And this is incredibly exposed in the forward position. There's not exactly a spot here where you can cover both gold and wood, right? Golds are kind of in the middle of nowhere for both primary and tertiary patches. Secondary patch, very far forward. So maybe here, but again, very exposed castle over there. And here we go, our Saracen moves in. Anyway, food for thought. Ooh, even with ballistics, that one wily villager escapes death. And so far, Saracen attack force has only managed to kill 1. Make that 2 villagers. As he himself places a town center, also forward position, also on the wood. Has he seen Hera's TC here? He has seen it. And here we go. We saw Conquistador versus Cav Archer. Let's see Cav Archer versus Cav Archer. Hera's is technically better. Does have an armor upgrade, whereas ACCM does not. That being said, let's take a look at HP. All right, Hera has more. Hera's HP is a lot better. But the upgrades here, pardon me, the upgrades also in favor. And he's going to have 2 armor in a second. That being said, That being said, I'm not too sure who has the high ground here. It kind of looks like Hera, but I'm not exactly 100% sure as the last cav archers fall. I don't know, actually, where the high ground is here. Maybe I should turn on that little grid, or maybe I shouldn't. For players that are going wood gold units, they are very comfortable spending these full price town centers. These are not Malian, they're not Bulgarian, they're not Britain. They are full price TCs here. And so they're pumping down a lot of stone. FYI, where is the monk? And how many relics has Hera seen? 1 relic, sent a relic. This is very uncharacteristic. I mean, is he not interested in gathering relics? He certainly seems to be interested in gathering the ones that are nearby. But why has he not explored? This is not usual for Hera to have not explored as much as freaking possible. Is this open, by the way? Ooh, I feel like this is open. Certainly not closed here, not closed here. Cav archers come in, shoot 1 volley, run by those box turtles who are stuck in the matrix. Come on, take the pill, unplug, eat some gruel and, you know, whatever the hell else real life is like. Cav archers patrolling. Okay, so what is the name of the game here for the players? Elite skirmishers for our Lithuanian. Remember, they do move faster. And again, with their upgrades, especially in Imperial, can actually have 10 pierce armor, which makes them pretty much invincible. These are not Magyar cav archers that can be upgraded to attack on a 12. They cap out at an 11 if we see heavies. And 11 minus 10 is a big fat 1. We bet to see another engagement as Hera returns home with that 1 relic. Both players have ballistics. Both players have bloodlines. Both players have husbandry. Seems like both players are missing every single volley, but somehow Hera managing to kill 3 for 1. And ACCM gets the hell out of here. At the same time, our Lithuanian is starting to wall in his settlement, taking out a giant chunk. I love, by the way, that he sent his cav archers here. Had he not sent these cav archers here, this guy would be dead. And so he owes them a huge debt of gratitude. But right now, 6 pierce armor against an 8 attack, 2 damage. Whereas these skirmishers come with a double bonus. Archer 4, Cavalry Archer 2. A 4th town center for our Saracens. So he's starting to do what is very dangerous. Oh, 2 monks walk into a bar. He's starting to do what's incredibly dangerous for anyone playing against the Saracens, which is gobbling up resources. Now this patch of gold is still untouched. Now he's going skirmishers as well. Both players kind of mimicking one another. A 4th town center for our Lithuanian as well. He's getting wheelbarrow. Our Saracen doesn't have it. Villager count, Hera's ahead about 10%. Army counts, no real difference to write home about, but 2 relics. Oh my god, get the hell out of the way. 3 relics. So I was about to say, with 2 relics, you basically... What sucks for the Lithuanians is that they're missing Blast Furnace. So at the very bare minimum, you need 2 relics to get up to that +2 that you get. Whereas 3 relics, now you're in danger territory. Now you're in the kind of territory in the Castle Age. By the way, Lithuanian knights with iron casting in Castle Age, not that we're going to see that, because we don't see knights. We're also staying in the Castle Age for just another 2 minutes, because Hera's clicking up. 16 attack. That's... Whoa! That was funny. I don't know if you guys saw that. A little bit of a moonwalking monk. 16 attack, potentially, on a knight for the Lithuanians. It is a very dangerous Castle Age unit. Oh, ACCM, why did you pop that monk out? Hera, though, he's about to lose all of his skirmishers, but he's pulling some fancy maneuvers here. Whether or not our Saracen respects it is another question, but now might not be the time to bring in cavalry archers right as you lose your skirmishers, and it is in fact our Saracen who is going knights. Or at the very least, 1 knight who pops out a little bit too late. I think he queued him up when he saw the skirmishers, and then it trained in its 30 seconds or whatever it takes. And by that time, all those skirmishers were dead. And now you don't really have a use for it because the Saracens are stuck at a knight. They're stuck at tier 1 heavy cavalry, but that's okay. They don't need it. They've got 170, 175 HP camels. Ooh, Hera's about to discover that there is a big old castle. One volley. Bam. Down goes the monk. Book and crook flung to the wind. And now he's going to hang out here. If only you were a Frankish knight with extra line of sight. But he doesn't really see the wall off, doesn't see the castle that's going up here. At the same time, now it's Hera's turn to shoo away his opponent's ranged army with skirmishers. And he does hit the Imperial Age first now. Luckily for ACCM, Hera doesn't really have map presence, which is bizarre. He is ceding map control to the Saracens, which is not, again, a civilization that you really want to cede map control to. But let's see how it all works out for him. He's building 2 more archery ranges, at the same time training a single Latus. No attack upgrades, but does have 3 relics. So that Latus will come out with a +3 attack, maxing out with Bracer and Chemistry his ranged units. And now the Lithuanian can get real dangerous. But again, somehow sensing it, Mamelukes are on the field and 1 minute and 40 seconds away. Why did he go Mamelukes? What did he see that made him go Mamelukes? Look, it's not a bad unit on the whole. The elite with its 14 attack, 12 the base model, attack bonus against cavalry, which by the way, these cav archers do have cavalry armor, so they do take bonus damage. And Mameluke takes absolutely no bonus damage from these skirmishers. It is not a cavalry archer. It is not an archer unit as much as it ludicrously flings scimitars at its opponents. It is a ranged melee unit. And ACCM threatening with conversions, forcing Hera to stutter step backwards. And as he does so, losing unit after unit after unit after unit, to the point where the entire skirmisher force is dead. And now our Lithuanian is establishing a center position. He's got to. This is where his 3rd gold is, or his 2nd gold. Has he begun mining up here? He has not. All right, we're in Imperial for both players. Leichai now attack on a +3. These are basic Leichai, but watch them melt. Ah, come on. And again, the skirmishers do little to no damage against this unit. It's ridiculous how ineffective skirmishers are against the unit that looks like it should be a ranged pierce damage unit. But look at this. Oh my god. Like, what is it? Sheafs of wheat? Like blades of freaking grass. Those cavalry units fall. And the latest is not exactly an HP light unit. It's not a Manaspa. It still does have 120 HP, and they melt like hot butter on a frying pan to those Mamelukes. Mamelukes, let's take a look at their upgrades. Elite, base of a 10. I love that ACCM's getting Bamaristan, so now his monks can heal. Here's the monk, 5 tiles in every single direction, at a ridiculous rate of 75 HP per minute. So this monk can be actively healing one of these Mamelukes while simultaneously healing all of the other ones. Hera, though, Anchor Castle to the south, Anchor Castle to the north. Looks like that Saracen Knight bit the dust here. Probably this latest killed him. I see a little bit of HP reduced. Villager doesn't stand a freaking chance. That being said, our Saracen has that 1 castle to the north and a pair of anchor castles to the south. So no one's doing any kind of run-bys. Let's see Leichai. Let's see Mamelukes. I suspect the Mameluke takes that handily. And there is Tower Shields. We are about to see 10 Pierce Armor Skirmishers. I mean, I get excited. It's not going to help Jack against the Mameluke, which is, again, a ranged melee attack unit. So I'm not too sure if Hera realizes that. But look at this, 4+6. You're a Huskarl with a javelin, basically. Isn't that a bonkers upgrade? There's some upgrades that it doesn't really seem like here and there. It might be like pretty good. Farimba on paper, you see Farimba, it's like, wow, that is an amazing upgrade plus whatever. You see Garland Wars, that's an amazing upgrade plus whatever. And then you think, oh, a little bit of extra pierce armor. But then when you look at it, there's like literally no archer units in this game, except maybe the composite bowman, that can attack a Lithuanian skirmisher. Now this is fun. Hera has gone full trash, converted 3 Mamelukes, and they're elite, so they come with an attack bonus against other Mamelukes. His skirmishers are going after the monks. They are fully upgraded. I mean, they're not going to stand a chance here against these mammies, but I mean, trash is definitely a way to go here. Zone out the Mamelukes with halberdiers, while your skirmishers pick off everything behind. ACCM has lost access to his relics. Hera has still 3, but doesn't really seem to matter at this point because he is not going heavy cavalry at all. Another castle being dropped, this time a lot closer to the Saracen base. Our Saracen has gold, but not enough for the Hussar upgrade, which is a big, juicy 600 gold. Gonna lose another Mameluke to conversion now. The real shitty part of the Mamelukes is their real bad range. It's always stuck at a 3. It's like the throwing axeman before bearded axe came along. It just stuck at a very low amount, very low metric. What's happening up here? Converted Mameluke fighting a real Mameluke, or maybe trying to attack the Treb. In any event, Hera doesn't get the castle, doesn't get the Treb, doesn't get the Mameluke, doesn't get the villager. What he does get is a dead castle as it crumbles. And the Mamelukes are going monk hunting, tired of conversions, but again, they can't close because the halberdiers are in the way. And let's see what's going on. Halberdiers and Mamelukes for blue. So Hera's converting and then just sending the Mamelukes that he's converted just to be as annoying as freaking possible and force ACCM to either react elsewhere, overreact, or whatever. Halberdiers standing, halberdiers dying. That's okay. It's giving the skirmishers a bit of an opportunity to get some HP off of the Mamelukes. But look at the army count. Hera's almost a double the army size. It is mostly skirmishers. It's almost basically all skirmishers and halbs, but he's got 8 monks. He's training 10 monks at a time, is Hera. He expects full Mameluke now. If you expect full Mameluke and you add this many monks, where's your heavy cavalry? I mean, I don't think ACCM is going to keep training Mamelukes if this is the army you're presenting him. He's probably going to try to transition into Hussars at some point, although without relics with 4 villagers on gold, that's not happening anytime soon. Castle under attack to the south as well as Hera presses in. Trash parade here as more skirmishers, more halberdiers. ACCM's army count is falling. His Mamelukes, as good as they are starting to lose their HP. But remember, he's got Bamaristan, so the HP is going up on each individual camel unit by 75 HP per minute. But you got to stay within the 5-tile radius, which is why he's risking these monks. So it's kind of a... I feel like that upgrade is more for their foot archers, their arbalesters, than their Mamelukes. And yeah, Hera just trashes his way in, trashes the base. And even though he still hasn't managed to get the castle to the north, the castle to the south, it really is only a matter of time. They're on fire. They're being trebbed. 1 treb here, 2 trebs here. And now his monastery's in the forward position. He's pumping out more monks. He's got 8 monks. Where's this one converted Mameluke? See right here in the middle of the battle. And he's about to get a +4. So I think our Saracen realizes, hey, I've lost access to my gold. I can't mine this gold anymore. I don't really have any other gold except these 2 patches down here. I can't see any other gold. There wasn't any in the rear position. And that's only got 1,400 left. I'm about to lose 2 of my 4 castles. And if I want to go Mameluke, which is probably, to be fair, still the best unit to go, I need a lot more gold than that. And how many archery ranges does he have to pump out skirmishers to counter at least the halberdiers? 9 archery ranges is a good amount of archery ranges. 6 of them up here, 3 of them down here. Did ACCM need to resign here? He's at 160 villagers. I mean, Hera's got a lot of units queued. 4 trebs and a bombard cannon, but number 1, those are trash units. Number 2, those are still just queued. They are not out on the field yet, but the loss of this castle, the stone that comes with it, and the inevitable loss of this castle. I mean, losing 2 castles isn't terrible when you've got 1,600 stone. I think the problem for ACCM is the short range on the Mameluke. It can't really engage into this army without risking the monks converting it. Like, look at it trying to come forward. What are you, a halberdier? Now, halberdiers do camel bonus damage. It's not as good. Where's a halberdier I can click without risking it? It's still high, 26. It's not the 32 of cavalry, but they still do bonus damage. But the problem is ACCM has nothing that can close in on this army. If he had hussars, maybe he could have stayed. Maybe he could have seeded some farms here to the rear. Hera's not exactly, raiding himself, even though he's hoarding resources like Mansa Musa, 1,500 gold, 3,500 food. I mean, the winged hussar upgrade is a lot more expensive gold-wise than the normal hussar upgrade. 200 gold extra, right? 800 gold, 600 gold. Yeah, also a lot more food. 800, what is it, 600 to 500? Yeah. But wow, Hera just fully transitions to trash, about to pump out bombard cannons, and then little by little, these, as weak as these units are, we saw it in a recent game, they don't have to be strong, they just have to zone out ACCM. And these units, together with the monks, are doing an amazing job, because Hera probably has like 10 Mameluke conversions, and then whatever didn't convert, he's got plenty of skirmishers to kill whatever comes out. And with 31 skirmishers, 14 halberdiers, he's population capped, whereas ACCM has fallen to below 170. So even though he still has a good amount of infrastructure, he's out of time. And he still does have enough for 2 castles, but where's he going to build them that's safe? What's he going to do? Maybe castle drop across the other side of the map? Certainly looks like ACCM is willing to take the risk here. Should he have focused on stone when he dies with 1,600 stone in his bank account? I don't know. Questions. Trash. Monk Mameluke. 52 Mamelukes. For some reason, I thought it would be more. It certainly felt like more. Let's see. How many conversions do we think Hera managed to get? I think around 10. Peak APM 12 minutes in. Peak APM right at the beginning of the game. But look at the difference. About 100 APM difference. Economy 9,000 resources apart. Wow. 15% bigger economy for a Lithuanian who takes everything but surprise stone. So I feel like ACCM had a game plan here with all of this stone that he got here and here, and still has 1,600 in the bank. But Hera just threw a wrench right into those plans, and I'm not sure exactly what the plan was with ACCM, except maybe, obviously plop down castles. Not too sure where. Did he want to go aggressive with it? Did he want to go more defensive with it? But doesn't matter. Hera's here with Trebs, and very hard to build castle when your opponent trebs you down. Let's see it. Drum roll. Oh my god, I said 10. 27! There you go. Welcome to Cast of Empires. 27 to 2. 7 raisings to 1. What's the total kill count look like? I feel like Vil kills weren't really that prevalent and not really that determinative. Yeah. Kill count very similar, about 17 kills apart. Our Saracen does ultimately get more kills, which is not hard when you got Mamelukes and your opponent has skirmishers. 25 Vil kills to 5, but at the end of the day, ACCM, despite still having a large economy, not that many resources, but a good amount of stone, just can't close on this army. Again, the 3 range is shit when you're fighting against 12 range monks. And so ACCM really doesn't have anything to close on this army, and his siege line, as good as it could be, is non-existent. Not that he has the gold for it. He's got the wood to build siege workshops if he wanted to, but he doesn't have the gold to really train anything out of them. And so Hera just eventually, with that first castle here in the center of the map, little by little, tile by tile, pushes the Saracen back, and the Saracen knows without map control, without resource control, without those juicy gold piles, there's not much that he can do against a 10 pierce armor skirmisher. I love it. And ACCM realizes it lives to fight another day, taps out, and it is Hera with the transition into trash that takes the W, but GG to both players.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.